You want to be able to post highlights of your kid's touchdown or home run or sweet snag at third base. And you're looking for the best possible equipment to record or stream said event. Well, here are 5 things to consider when purchasing the Mevo Start. Number 1, it's $400. Now, $400 is nothing to sneeze at, and you work hard for your money. But $400 gets you a 1080p streaming camera, which means the encoder is built into the camera. You don't have to buy extra equipment. $400 is probably less than you're paying for your smartphone, so it's really a pretty good investment for such a great package. All you have to do is pop open the free download of an app. By the way, the same company makes the hardware that makes the software. Open up that app and you're off to the races. Number 2. The assumption is that you've already handled this, but you're going to need a destination. Now, recording is a destination, but you're going to need to purchase a micro SD card. You want to buy the best micro SD card, the most capacity that you can afford to a limit. There is a limit of maybe 512 gigabytes for the Mevo Start. It may be 256. You'll need to check the documentation for that. And you're going to want to stick with name brands. Stick with a Samsung or a SanDisk, a name that you trust, and go ahead and get a fast enough card. The Ep.3 on the label is going to be the speed that's going to be the best, most affordable speed that you can trust. Used to, they classified them up to a 10. 10 is U1, and so if you haven't been in the scene for a while and you're not used to the labeling on a micro SD card, look for that U3. It'll be trustworthy, and it will give you the speed that you need when you start transferring the images you have onto your device. And maybe you're going to be streaming to a social media platform. The thing you want to have settled on there is make sure you are already an owner or an administrator of whatever site you're going to. So if it's your YouTube channel, make sure it is, in fact, your YouTube channel. If it's a Facebook page, make sure it's your Facebook page or group or your profile page, and you'll be good to go. But you might be one of those who has a website and you'd like to be able to embed the stream into your website. If that's the case, you're going to need to study up a little bit on the RTMP settings that it takes to get it embedded. And WordPress is a good website base to embed your stream into. Number 3. You need to know that it is a digital zoom. Now, in both the Mevo 2.0 app as well as the Multicam app, you do have the luxury of crop and zoom, which means you can zoom into a particular part of what you're filming so that you can get a better picture. But there's a trade-off. Because it's digital zoom, the farther in you zoom, the more the image degrades. Now, the Mevo 2.0 app also has presets, so you can set those zoom levels, hold them for future use, and go back to them just by tapping on the screen. For Multicam, it is still coming soon. It has been for quite some time, and they've been promising it's coming. I'm sure it is because they're working on it. It's just not quite here yet in Multicam. Number 4, connection. Now, even if you're only going to record, you still need to connect a device to the camera initially. There is a way to make it record without having to have a device connected once you've already set it up, but that initial connection means you're going to need to either connect both your device and your camera to the same network, go ahead and go into one of the apps and set some settings up, or connect to the Mevo hotspot in that same connection area of the settings. Now, there is a misnomer here. Anytime we're used to connecting to what we call a hotspot, whether it's our personal hotspot on our iPhone, or whether it is a MiFi type hotspot that's a standalone data producing device, we're used to using that device's data when we connect to a hotspot. Problem is, Mevo doesn't produce data. When you connect to the Mevo hotspot, you're actually using your smartphone's data or your tablet's data. So if you are trying to control with a tablet that doesn't have a data package on it, You're going to fail when trying to connect to the internet because there's no internet connection and the Mevo is not producing one. So that's the time that you need to connect both device and camera to a local network that is internet connected. The Mevo hotspot really just allows you to connect from device to camera so that they can communicate with one another. If then the device has a cellular connection, it will be able to stream. And number 5. The 5th thing to consider when purchasing a Mevo Start is community. Now, it may sound odd to think about a community when you're buying a piece of equipment, but here's the truth. There is a community on Facebook's Mevo customer group. Facebook, Meta, whatever they're calling it now. But the Mevo customer group on that social media platform has a community that is users that have this in common with you. They too are trying to get the most they can out of their investment. And they are incredibly generous with their knowledge, open to answer questions, and they don't make newbies feel like they're stupid just for asking a question that's been asked before. I've been in a lot of forums on a lot of user groups that do kind of develop that attitude, and this one doesn't. You need to go check it out, because you're going to find answers to commonly asked questions, to things that other folks have run across already, and you're coming across them for the first time. You'll find answers there. And you'll find that before too long, you'll have the experience and the answers to be able to answer the new newbies' questions as well.